Hello! The UCL 2022-23 season is officially upon us. All that's left are the 6 qualifier matchups that will be played over 2 legs. We will know which of these teams have qualified right before the draw happens in late August. So I figured to do a quick prediction video on my thoughts on what's going to happen in these matches that go over both legs. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's try to hit 500 likes. Subscribe if you're new. Let's get into it, starting off with the match I'm most nervous about, Bolo Glimt versus Dinamo Zagreb. Now, usually in these qualifiers, I'm pretty hopeful for Dinamo, but I don't know about this time around. This Norwegian club that we will be facing has a lot of ambition. This is the side to beat Roma last time in the Conference League group stages 6-1. This club actually had a phenomenal Conference League run in general. They made it all the way to the quarterfinals where they had to face Roma again, and the Italian side was able to get their revenge. They've also just beaten Lithuanian club FK Žalgiris 5-0 in the first leg, followed with a 1-1 draw in the second. Meanwhile, Dinamo Zagreb was able to beat Ludogorets by 3 goals over both legs, and the second leg was very interesting, where Ludogorets conceded 3 red cards. This is a really tough one to call because we've seen both sides in history in these European competitions just absolutely impress. You can refer to Orsic's masterclass against Tottenham from a few years back. Although Dinamo Zagreb did concede a decent amount of goals against Ludogorets, I still do appreciate their back line. As we all know, I like to talk about Šutalo a lot. Peric was even able to get himself a goal in the first leg. But then again, Bolo Glimt in recent times is still able to beat teams by over 5 goals. It's also a bit hard to judge Bolo Glimt because a lot of their players from last season did leave the club. But the heart, the determination, it still seems to be there. Dinamo obviously do have the heart and desire themselves, but can't forget about last year where they bottled it against Sheriff, us, and Crvena Zvezda. I hate to do my club dirty, but I might have to give it to Bolo this one. With what they did last season, I think they're just going to continue to carry on and prove to be a Champions League quality team perhaps. Dinamo, slušajte mene, prove me wrong. You have every reason to believe in yourself. I hope I'm very much wrong in this. I don't think it's going to be a blowout by any means. I just think it will be a close affair. Bolo winning in the first leg 2-1. Then in the second leg in Zagreb, it finishes in a 1-1 draw. Not enough from Dinamo. Bolo make it through to the Champions League. I love you, Dinamo. You know I want you to win, but that's just my unbiased prediction. I really would rate Bolo Glimt over a decent amount of clubs right now because they've really been proving their worth last season, and I still think they can do it this one. Qualify for the Champions League. Hope not, though. I'm a Dinamo. Now for Rangers versus PSV. Very much a flip of a coin matchup. You're comparing a Europa League finalist to a PSV that looks like they're very much making an exciting comeback to European football. PSV just had a thrilling 4-3 aggregate score against Monaco in the last round, where they got their revenge from last year. If you don't remember, in the Europa League, they were in the same group. Monaco topped the group. PSV finished 3rd. Got demoted to the Conference League. Now all their matches recently under Van Nistelrooy have been high-actioned, high-paced, loads of goals. It's some of the most exciting football we've seen from a club in recent times. On the other hand, like I said, we can't forget about Rangers' very successful Europa League campaign. The road they had to the final was phenomenal, beating Bundesliga teams like Borussia Dortmund, RB Leipzig, Braga, Crvena Zvezda. These are all fantastic clubs. You gotta admire this side, and they lost on penalties to Frankfurt. They nearly did the job at the end. It was that close from them getting the title, and we've already seen how well Rangers play over the course of 2 legs. Even when Rangers are looking down and out, they just proved it in the last qualifier match. They were initially losing 2-0, and then they came back in the second leg winning 3-0. So many solid players on the club. Alfredo Morelos, James Tavernier, Ryan Kent. They just picked up my boy Antonio Čolak. This could definitely be one of the most exciting matches for a neutral. This matchup is an absolute flip of a coin, but no matter what happens, I see it being high scoring. Rangers winning the first leg 2-1. PSV winning the second leg 3-2. Goes to pens. PSV wins. That would be absolutely wild if that happens, if Rangers blow it again on penalties. But hey, won't be surprised if I'm wrong. Like I said, really 50-50. Both teams would be great additions to the Champions League, so I wish them both the best of luck. Now for Copenhagen versus Trabzonspor. Both of these sides actually did avoid a previous round in this Champions League qualifier run, but a remarkable achievement from Trabzonspor is that they were able to win the Turkish Super Cup final 4-0. Meanwhile, Copenhagen was involved in a lot of high-scoring affairs themselves. They just beat Brøndby 4-1 in the Danish league, and in friendlies last month, they beat Feyenoord 7-0, where they converted 7 out of 8 chances in that match. Yeah, Copenhagen's attack is honestly very impressive. Also, can't sleep on Pep Biel, who scored a hat-trick against Brøndby. But meanwhile, Trabzonspor have a fantastic front three. The Bosnian beast, Edin Visca. The Danish international striker who has been in fantastic form, Cornelius. He scored a brace in the Super Cup final, by the way, and was the one to score against France in the Nations League. And the unsung Egyptian hero, Trezeguet. Something makes me confident in that front three. I'm going to say in the first leg, Copenhagen are able to win 1-0 in Denmark. But then in Turkey, Trabzonspor are able to make a 4-2 comeback, winning 4-3 on aggregate. Would be immense, would be crazy. Some of these scorelines are a bit bizarre, I know, but look at the last round of these UCL qualifiers. We saw so many high-intensity, high-scoring matchups. Anything's possible. Best of luck to both these teams, but I'm gonna go with the Turkish club. Now taking a look at Qarabağ versus Victoria Plzen. Plzen just picked up a very impressive win against Sheriff. Although Sheriff did disappoint Crvena Zvezda and Dinamo Zagreb, I will miss them in the Champions League. They were a joy to watch. They beat the champions in the group stage. Can't forget about that. And you know what? I actually watched the second leg of this matchup between Victoria Plzen and Sheriff. And I gotta say, another example of high-intensity stuff. And their goalkeeper, Stanek, was incredible. If he keeps up that form in this coming fixture against Qarabağ, he's gonna cause some serious trouble. Meanwhile, Qarabağ were able to pull a stunning victory against Ferencvaros away 3-1 with the 4-2 aggregate scoreline. The Senegalese center attacking mid international Wadji was able to score a brace in that match. So you really got to say props to both of these teams for getting into the position they're in now. Both ways they did it were incredible. But if I got to pick one to make it to the Champions League, I'm going to have to rule out the Azerbaijani club and go with the Czech one. I'm saying they beat Qarabağ away in Azerbaijan 2-1 in the first leg, and in the second, when they're at home, they hold them off for a 1-1 draw. But again, both very impressive sides, and it's wrong to underestimate either of them. Now for Dynamo Kiev versus Benfica. Yes, Benfica did just get rid of their absolute star boy, Darwin Núñez, but clearly they're still scoring the goals. They just beat Midtjylland 7-2 on aggregate. Meanwhile, Dynamo Kiev beat SK Sturm Graz 3-1 on aggregate. To be honest, might not look amazing on the surface, but we can't forget about how SK Sturm Graz actually put off some very good fights in the last Europa League campaign. The Benfica defense definitely got to watch out for Viktor Tsiankov, who had a very solid goal-scoring record last season. Also, Georgi Bushchan, Ukrainian's star goalkeeper now, is a pretty solid player between the sticks. Although you shouldn't roll off Dynamo Kiev, Benfica do look like the favorites in this. I think Dynamo Kiev will be able to hold them off at the beginning at least. 0-0 in the first leg, but then in the second one, I am expecting Benfica to come out strong, win 3-1. I think Benfica will be very eager to make it to the Champions League once again, where they had a very solid run last time. I think they're going to want to prove their worth, have a great group stage run where a lot of people ruled them out. They were still able to come on top over the likes of Barcelona and Dynamo Kiev actually in that group, I just realized. So they're familiar with each other already, and even without Darwin Núñez, I think Benfica can do it. So finally, the last matchup we're looking at, Maccabi Haifa versus Crvena Zvezda. Crvena Zvezda, oh man, in the last round, they absolutely destroyed Punic, beating them 7-0 on aggregate. 5-0 in the first leg. Maccabi Haifa in the first leg of their last round were able to beat Apollon 4-0, but then lost 2-0 in the second leg. Although that was a bit of a slip, they still made it through. And in the round before that, they beat Olympiacos 4-0. So actually, they did get 2 back-to-back 4-0 results in these qualifiers. I'm assuming more people are favoring Crvena Zvezda to come out on top, but you definitely can't rule out Maccabi Haifa, the Israeli side. But I still got to back Crvena Zvezda. I think they can do it. The squad's filled with confidence at the moment. Maccabi Haifa obviously is known to not be as strong in one of the legs, so Crvena Zvezda can take advantage of that. First leg, I'll say Crvena Zvezda get an away 1-0 win. And then the second leg, they're able to win 2-1. Not as high scoring as their other encounters, but I think it's going to be a bit more of a cagey match. And yeah, can't wait to see it. Guys, let me know your thoughts to all these predictions in the comments below. Like I said, hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new. I can't wait. I cannot wait for the Champions League to begin. And although many people won't be believing in these teams to make a deep run in the competition, they will still be putting off fantastic fights. Can't wait for the draw. I'll try to stream that if I can. So stay tuned for all of that. And yeah, again, thanks for making it all the way here. Take care. La noite.